Hey yo, this is DJ Farrell.
Shout outs.
So far away from her, so far away, so far away.
I'm underage at college, one more beer this week, considered an alcoholic. Legally, I could die for my country, but if I drink some liquor, I'm getting counseling monthly.
Every day in the United States, over 5,000 kids under age 16 have their first full drink of alcohol.
More youth in the United States drink alcohol than smoke tobacco or marijuana, making it the drug most used by American young people.
Nearly half of all alcohol use reported by college students is attributed to those who are underage.
Underage drinking is estimated to account for between 12 and 20% of the U.S. alcohol market.
So far away, so far away from her, so far away, so far away.
Probably has something to do with the government.
Because of all the car accidents that were occurring with teenagers driving drunk.
I actually have no idea. It's probably some political conspiracy.
Is to decrease the amount of deaths on the highway, and although it's done that, the amount of deaths behind closed doors has gone up.
Yeah.
In 1919, Congress passed the 18th Amendment. This amendment made it illegal to manufacture, sell, and transport alcoholic beverages for consumption. This was the age of Prohibition, which lasted from 1919 to 1933.
In 1933, Congress decided that the 18th Amendment was ineffective and therefore replaced it with the 21st Amendment, which ended Prohibition.
From 1933 to 1984, states were individually allowed to set their own drinking ages. Most states chose 21 because that was the legal age of adulthood at the time.
Between 1970 and 1975, primarily because of the Vietnam War, states lowered their age of adulthood to 18, therefore lowering the drinking age to 18 as well.
Finally, in 1984, Congress passed the National Minimum Drinking Age Act, which stated that all states needed to raise their legal drinking age to 21 within the next 2 years or they'd lose federal funding.
The national legal drinking age has not changed since 1984.
Sorry, but excuse me dear, can you hand me a beer in the back from the stash at the Paps in the rear? While I'm looking at your ass while you're passing it here. It's the weekend at last, give a passionate cheer class.
Problems definitely arise when, let's say someone was caught drinking, by the police, and then it'll be on the front page of the Collegian, for example, and that's definitely not the kind of publicity our team would want.
You're able to fight for your country and get married, a bunch of other things, but you can't even have a beer legally. I don't agree with that.
Right now, everyone's supposed to be dry sororities because the drinking age is 21 and most sorority members are under 21, so no one's allowed to drink. And so we kind of have to sneak around them, and it results in a lot of sororities getting in trouble, a lot of their members getting in trouble individually.
As an athlete, I think that with our relationships to our coaches, if the drinking age was lowered, I don't really think it would really make a difference.
One of the things that has happened when the drinking age was lowered is, driving fatalities.
I don't know if that statistic would change or get worse as it was before, but it would keep a lot of kids out of trouble.
I would think that younger people would start drinking. 18-year-olds are already drinking and they're not 21, so it's illegal, but if it was lowered to 18, I'd say 16-year-olds would start drinking.
People that are under 21 that are drinking, so if you move it down to 18, you're also potentially going to lower some of the thresholds that some of the issues that we're dealing with in the 18 to 21, group may shift to, the 14 to 16 or, 15 to 18.
Lowering the drinking age, I don't think binge drinking would increase or decrease. I think it'd stay the same.
I don't know. I don't think anyone's patterns would really change. I know a lot of kids, we drink because we're not supposed to, and I don't know, teenagers like to do stuff like that. I feel like everyone does it anyway, so if they dropped it down to 18, it would just, one, be easier and no one would get in trouble for it.
I think that it would be a whole lot more dangerous on the roads, especially.
Drinking age of 21 right now is supposed to prevent kids under 21 from drinking, but that's not the case. Kids as low as 9th grade are drinking, and I don't see anything dramatic changing.
09 with the best, I be thinking with the rest of our time we be spending it drinking.
There's been a lot of press about the alcohol issue, so I think it's definitely a problem, and it's not a problem that's unique to Penn State. A lot of other large universities also have the issue as well.
For the last 3 years I've been living in Taiwan, and in Taiwan the legal drinking age is 18.
They also some of them have some major issues as well with alcohol, so it's not, and I've been at conferences where people from other countries have stood up and said, even someone from Canada was there and they're like, don't do it, just don't do it.
Here in the US, binge drinking is definitely popular. In Taiwan, I feel like most of the drinking takes place in bars. It's not really hidden. I don't remember once playing beer pong in an apartment or in a frat house with any of my friends in Taiwan. It's usually in nightclubs or bars.
Well, it's something that, we know even with the brain that it's still developing. Even though someone's 18, they're in college, there's still, development that's occurring.
When you're 18, the effects of alcohol are intensified on the brain because it's still developing.
Regardless of whether you're legally able to drink or not, there's health consequences from drinking. The big thing is that there's a lot of research out there supporting that wouldn't be the answer to solve everything.
I think we should lower the drinking age to 18.
Yes, I support the drinking age to be lowered to 18.
Personally, I think the legal drinking age should be lower than 21.
No, I do not support lowering the drinking age.
Yes, I personally support lowering the drinking age.
Whether we like it or not, it's impossible to neglect the prevalence of underage drinking in America. The debate on lowering the drinking age has thus emerged from this ongoing controversy and has prevailed since Prohibition in 1919. As it stands, the current legal drinking age does little to hinder teenagers' consumption of alcohol, so states have begun to discuss its reevaluation. Will this yield change? We can't be sure. Until then, the controversy on the drinking age continues. Party onward!